The instructor for this series, Lieutenant Colonel Jeff Cooper, United States Marine Corps retired, has taught the arts of weaponcraft to military and police organizations as well as civilians all over the world. Well known as an authority on all the small arms of the world, Jeff is also a university history and government instructor. He's the author of a half-dozen books on sporting and combat firearms, from custom rifle building to handgun hunting, as well as his specialty of fighting handguns. As an arms consultant, Jeff constantly evaluates the latest arms designs of the manufacturers throughout the world. His viewpoint is that of practicality. To Jeff Cooper, a new device is not as important as an improvement in tactical use, and expert tactical use of the service handgun is what this series is all about.
You have been chosen to receive and carry a sidearm. You can be proud, because to be issued a service pistol is to be given an unparalleled symbol of public trust. This program is to familiarize you with our most common service handguns. You may be issued a revolver, such as is widely used by civil police forces, or an automatic pistol, like this standard military sidearm. Over the last century and a half, arms like these have saved the lives of many good men, police officers and soldiers alike. Because of this, the service pistol has played an honorable role in the keeping of world peace and civil order throughout the free world. In civilian life, it is the first line of society's defense against crime and violence. It may go unused for all the years of a police officer's duty, but when an emergency arises, your service pistol is your best friend. Men had sought after powerful repeating firearms for centuries, before Sam Colt's early revolvers arrived on the expanding American frontier in the late 1830s. For the first time, one man could be a match for several assailants at close range. Cavalry troopers came into wide use in the 19th century. Armed with 2 or more powerful 6-shot pistols, their ability to carry the fight to the enemy was unequaled in history. Cavalry troopers learned to hunt the buffalo and the Plains Indian brave from horseback with service pistols like this 1873. Like most repeating pistols of its day, this Colt 45 was a single-action revolver. Its design had progressed from loose powder and ball to fixed cartridge ammunition, accurate and powerful enough to stop a charging horse or a man many yards away. But its thumb-cocking action and slow reloading kept designers searching for greater firepower. By the turn of the 20th century, the double-action revolver had replaced the single-action as a government service pistol. Now, one pull of the trigger would fire a round in a fraction of a second if there was no time to cock the hammer. Reloading speed of the new design was doubled as well. In 1911, the U.S. government adopted the GI sidearm still issued, the .45 caliber Colt automatic pistol. 8 powerful shots could be fired with light touches on the trigger, and 7 more loaded in a fraction of the time needed to load 6 revolver rounds. An 8th round could be carried in the automatic's chamber. The most powerful military automatic in the world, the GI 45 has given the longest unbroken record of service of any United States military-issue small arm, whether rifle, pistol, or shotgun. While the .45 automatic had become the arm of 2 world wars, the .38 caliber revolver had grown into our society's primary weapon against crime and disorder. The Smith & Wesson Model 10 revolver, often called the military and police model, was first sold in 1899. Like the Army .45, it has changed very little. Both guns are widely issued for personal defense of both police officers and military personnel. The middle handgun in this line is a pistol which is essentially a more powerful version of the .38 Special. Called the .357 Magnum, it is the choice of many highway police and Western American peace officers because of its extra power and longer effective combat range. Any pistol is a handheld machine for putting power exactly where you need it. In combat, that power may have to be translated into close-range stopping power, penetration, or long-range accuracy. Let's look at some demonstrations of each. The 7-yard stopping power of the .38 Special is only moderate. Research shows that it offers just a 50% chance of stopping an assailant with one shot. Its wide use is based on its relatively light recoil and ease of training. The .357 Magnum bullet is the same size as the .38 Special, but travels much faster because of its larger powder charge. 7-yard power is noticeably greater than the .38's, and experts say that the .357 will stop a determined attacker 95 out of 100 times. Stopping power ratio of the GI-45 is known to be 49 out of 50 times. In addition, it will deliver as many as 8 shots with one loading. The weight and size of its bullet take the place of extra speed. In combat, penetration allows you to strike your enemy when he has taken cover or is committing felony escape in a vehicle. We use a car door as a test of penetration. Standard .38 Special loads are not known for great penetration. Non-standard ammunition must be used to ensure dependable penetration on barricades or vehicles. Such ammunition lacks stopping power, however. In contrast, standard loadings of the .357 are so penetrating that many civil police organizations prefer to stay with the less powerful .38 Special to cut down danger to citizens near a shooting incident. The GI-45 service load, called hardball, is a good but not excessive penetrator. High power is available to equal .357 penetration. All three, .38, .357, and .45 service handguns are accurate enough to challenge a marksman's ability to get the most out of them. These 50-yard targets will show you why it's worthwhile to learn marksmanship well. The fixed, non-adjustable sights of the .38 Model 10 are almost unbreakable, but slightly less versatile than the adjustable target-type sights found on some other .38s and .357s. However, fixed sights are quite adequate for combat service. The .357 shows the advantage of fine sights. While the .45 Auto shows the inherent accuracy of feeding cartridges directly into the firing chamber instead of a revolving cylinder. After firing, the handgun is cleared twice, just to be sure of its safety. Then it's a good practice to holster your sidearm securely. Await the instruction of your rangemaster before you draw it again. In time, you will grow as accustomed to wearing your service pistol as this police officer is. He may never have to unstrap the handgun in the line of duty, but it serves its purpose to society as a badge of authority and a ready arm of law and order, just as an officer's off-duty sidearm does. Once entrusted with a service pistol, neither soldier nor police officer is ever really off-duty. Whatever your role, we have tried to give you an idea of the background and characteristics of common service pistols. You will soon begin marksmanship training to qualify as a skilled user of your duty handgun. Before going to the range to commence instruction, you should know the basic controls and safety devices of revolvers and automatics. This shooter holds his gun in the raised pistol position, muzzle pointed safely downrange, while he clears his revolver. We see the cylinder latch, ejector rod, trigger, hammer. Standard double-action revolvers are not equipped with safety catches of any kind, as it takes a conscious effort to either pull the trigger fully or cock the hammer. The only safe way to carry a revolver is hammer down. Never carry it cocked. The .45 government model is cleared by removing its magazine and opening the action to empty the chamber. This thumb safety latch is designed to lock the cocked hammer securely until pressed downward with a conscious effort. Unless the shooting hand depresses this grip safety bar, the hammer cannot be released. A built-in safety to guard against accidental discharges. Any automatic pistol is safest when the action is locked open. When a loaded magazine is inserted and the action closed, a round is automatically chambered. Unless the .45 is to be fired immediately, the thumb safety should be locked on and the pistol either benched or holstered securely. As soon as convenient after firing your service pistol, it should be cleaned, both to make sure that it does not corrode and to ensure its continued proper functioning. An automatic pistol of this design is simply stripped. First, you remove the magazine, then check to be sure that you have no shell in the chamber. Then, remove the recoil spring plunger by turning the barrel bushing. The slide is then retracted until the slide stop may be removed. Then the slide slid forward off the frame. In this position, the recoil spring and guide may be removed and the barrel extracted from the front. This may seem complicated, but it really is quite simple after a little reference to your study guide. In an American swing-out double-action revolver such as this, the first step is to swing the cylinder out. With the Smith & Wesson, the latch is pressed forward. With the Colt, the latch is pressed to the rear, but the action is the same. To take the pistol down further, you may remove the cylinder in this fashion. Swing it out, thus. Now, back off this screw on this side of the frame until it comes away. Now, the cylinder can be moved straight forward off the frame. In this position, the pistol is ready to be cleaned, both in each chamber and in the barrel, with a rod, a jag, a brush. The service sidearms shown here are the products of years of development and dependable service. They have a long and honorable heritage to which you may contribute. You will learn to use their power in the service of your country.